Okay everyone, the first thing I need you to do is download the Design Elements Class Task Illustrator file that I emailed you all during the week. Then open Adobe Illustrator and go File, Open, and open the Design Elements Class Task. Okay, and it's already been set up for you. So in Illustrator, the first thing I want you to do over here in the top right hand corner is a little box. Click on that and click on Essentials Classic. That's the mode that you want to be in. A couple of things to know about Illustrator. You have tools on the left hand side, this tool palette. You have a ruler across the top. There's separate tools here, which are an extension of these tools. You've got some more tools over this side, like color palettes and line. Across the top, there's some other things as well that you can have a play around with. Now, the design elements are the building blocks of design. So on this artboard, which I have set up for you, I have all of them written down, and I have a little box shape for each design element. And I want you to show me your understanding of those design elements by using the different tools that Illustrator has to offer. So the first one is point. So point is any way that you see any sort of round, small dots being used. I want you to create a design in here showing the design element of point. First thing, I want you to zoom in using the magnifying glass. If you hold down the space bar, a hand comes up and you can move from side to side to bring that square into the center. Now, over on the tool palette, if you click on that rectangle shape and hold it down, you can go down to the ellipse tool. Now, if I hold down Shift, I can draw a perfect circle. If I then click on the black arrow, I can select that circle and move it around. If I want to make it so it's not just a line with a white center and fill that shape, I look down over here, and as you can see, there's a full solid square that is white and a black outline, which I can actually, if I click on this red line, I can get rid of the black outline and it kind of makes the shape disappear. But if I then click on this white shape, I can go over to this color palette and I can fill it with a color. Once I've done that, I might choose to do some other shapes. Now you could be really creative. You could make something like a ladybug or something out, or a caterpillar using point. I don't mind. Come up with something that's a little bit fun that shows your understanding of point. You could make a little flower. Hold down Shift so that the circle shape doesn't lose the correct shape. So if I actually just draw a circle shape without holding Shift, it goes into an oval. But if I hold Shift, it's a perfect circle. So you can actually, if you zoom right in, I might put some little, making a very hungry caterpillar here, showing my understanding of the design element of point. Okay, so lines. What we can do with line, we could use this paintbrush tool and we could make a wiggly squirrely line like this. If I hold down the black arrow, I can then select that and delete it. I could use this line tool. It's a bit weird, that one. I can use the pen tool. Now this works if I want to make sharp, jagged shapes like this. So line. Over here, if I click on stroke, I can make that line thicker or thinner if I want to. Now shape. This is where you can create any shape you want to. Over here, you could just be really boring and draw a square. But let's be a bit more interesting than that. You could make a polygon shape like this, and you could fill it with a colour, or you could use the pen tool and you could draw a shape. Maybe you want to draw a robot shape. We could do that with rectangles if you wanted to. So shape. Show your understanding of shape. Okay. Now form is how something looks 3D, and this one's a little bit tricky. So I want you to really concentrate when we're doing form. First of all, I want you to draw a basic shape. Draw a plain old rectangle and fill it with a colour. Now if we go up here to Effect, we can go down to 3D and we can click on Extrude and Bevel. Now there's lots of options here. I want you to choose one of these which will show you a 3D shape, and you can play around with the settings so that you get a 3D shape. Okay, so that's one option for doing form, and I'm going to show you another one as well. I'll just do it over to the side here. So draw another shape, go to Window, we can go to Graphic Style Libraries, we could go maybe to Buttons and Rollovers, and there's some 3D shapes in there that you could use. They don't actually look that 3D, but that's all right. So that's another option that you could actually use. Okay, down here we have tone. So tone is light to dark of the same colour. We're going to use a gradient function to do that. So draw another shape. So we've got something to start with. Oh, whoops, I've got it set to what I was using before. Draw another shape. We want to fill the shape with a colour for now so that we can see it's there. Now over on the right hand side there should be, actually we go to Window and we go to Gradient. We have here a gradient tool here. What I can do, if I go up here to this swatch palette, I can actually drag gradient colours onto there and I can make tone. So light to dark of the same colour. All right, so just come up with a tone, and you could also do a circular gradient or a wiggly gradient, and you can change the angle of it as well. Okay, tone. Now for colour, you can go as crazy as you want to. You can make lots of different shapes. You can use lots of different colours. Maybe you want to make a colour wheel. You could show your understanding of colour any way you want to. There we go. So colour, that's my colour design. I want you to come up with something unique though, and try and be a bit more clever than what I've been there. Now texture. Texture is where you have sort of different lines or shapes that are all over a different area that show texture. So start off by drawing a shape. If you go down to Window, Graphic Style Libraries, Textures, and in here there's lots of different textures. Just choose one that you think looks a little bit fun. There we go. You could do this one here, whatever you want. Okay, texture. And zoom across to type. Now type's anything to do with lettering. So this is where we can use the T tool. Click on the T. Maybe you could write your name, or you could click on the T tool and just do maybe some big versions of your name, such as little letters and big letters. You can come up with a design using the letters in your name. If you select it with the black arrow across the top here, you can actually change the actual font that you've used to come up with a really interesting graphic. So you can come up with something that looks really cool, showing your understanding of typography. Now, once you're done, zoom out again. And I want you to have a look at the overall page and see if there's any way that you can make your 8 different designs look any better. Once you've finished, go File, Save, and I want you to upload it as a class task to, I'll have it in here. Okay, so it will be Design Elements class task. So upload it there. And that's all. Thank you.